Flosstube.
Hi.
Welcome back. I am Allie.
I'm Amy.
And this is Lost Our Needles. This is our YouTube channel about all of our cross-stitchy goodness. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. We are glad that you are here to join us in our crazy. And if you are returning, double thank you because you know what you're getting into.
Yes.
So we actually made it to 3 weeks in between Flosstube, so we're getting back to normal. What have you been up to? We filmed the day before Halloween last time.
So Halloween was fun. We had a blow-up theater that we sat out. The girls and I and a couple neighbors sat out and watched just Halloween movie, kind of like a ambient thing, just spooky, and the kids were having fun, and we had good food and just laughed a lot and giggled, and it was fun. The kids were so cute. And then just been dealing with my car's been in the auto shop since before we left for Stitch West. And it's been delayed and delayed and delayed. Apparently it's tough getting parts. At least that's the reason they're giving me. So my car, luckily I have a rental, so it's not like I'm without a car, which would not be a happy woman. But I'm just ready to get my car back, and then just getting ready for Thanksgiving, and took down Halloween and starting to take down Thanksgiving and get ready for Christmas. And
I wish you guys could see the Christmas decor she has in her kitchen right now. She has these like beautiful teal ribbons hanging down from gray cabinets with these little wreaths with gold embellishments. Like, I'll take a picture and post it in a little bit.
It's just, it warms up the kitchen a little bit, makes it look festive. Anyway, got the idea off Pinterest. Other than that, just staying busy with church and watching you coach football, and gosh, I feel like I've been super busy.
You had like Bunko, you had your wine night.
Bunko, neighborhood
Bible
wine
study.
nights, Bible studies. I don't just sit around too much. It's not good for me. So what have you been up to besides teaching?
Well, like Mom said, coaching flag football, that is now over. Our girls made it to the second round of the playoffs, so I was really proud of them, and unfortunately then they lost. But they did beat the team that had beat us earlier. That's our district rival. So that was really cool to see, and I'm just really proud of the girls. We had a couple JV girls that came up and were just so supportive of their friends that got to play, even if they didn't get to play.
Good.
Like, seeing their attitudes was just amazing.
Good.
But now it's been really nice actually getting time in my classroom again.
Yes.
So I've been feeling like there's a huge weight off my chest with that. I've actually had time to like clean my house.
And time home in the evenings again.
Yeah, time to cross stitch.
Yeah.
So it's been really, I was grateful for the season, but I'm grateful for the season to be over. So
yes.
And other than that, like, I guess Bible study, but our schedules have been kind of weird lately, and yeah.
Oh, we went to NASCAR.
We went to,
My driver won again.
Yeah, so NASCAR, it's like one of my favorite days of the year. Both of our drivers she has 2 drivers, don't let her lie to you. But my driver was in the final 4. Let's go Ryan Blaney. And he was so close. Just a couple more laps.
If there'd been a couple more laps, he would have won.
But seriously, I was looking for cardiologists that night, because between the close finish at NASCAR and we come home and watch the Lions game against Houston, that came down to the final 4 seconds, I was booking an appointment with the cardiologist. Yeah. It was really like, my heart couldn't take anymore. And
yeah, we've just been staying busy, all good things, mostly.
Yeah, kind of excited for Thanksgiving break next week.
Yeah, we're doing a small Thanksgiving, just me and the 2 girls.
Prayers for her. She's gonna smack us upside the head.
No, that's okay. The highlight is, I think if I were just to say, how about if I just make cinnamon rolls, because I make homemade cinnamon rolls, the girls would go, that would be fine. That's all we need.
Twice baked potatoes too.
Okay, twice baked potatoes and cinnamon rolls. But anyway, it's the cinnamon roll recipe is a generational, that's been passed down through my husband's side of the family for a few generations anyway. I think I'm at least the 3rd or 4th generation to make it. And now the girls they helped me with them, so they'll be the 4th or 5th. Anyway, they're yummy.
They're cinnamon rolls that don't have any
No
frosting
icing
on them.
No icing.
But the center, when it's done, like when they're cooked perfectly.
It's a potato-based dough, and it's just real silky and satiny. And
okay, Thanksgiving's tomorrow now, right?
Nope. Anyway, okay, so we don't have a lot to talk about today, I don't think. So we won't keep you too long because I know everybody's got a lot going on with planning for next week and families coming in and shopping and all that good stuff. So why don't you start with the finish?
You guys.
Oh, Emily.
So last time I showed you guys the Haunting House by Emily Call. I finished it.
And it looks so cute.
I guess I should put I need to put the outlining in the door.
You do still need to do that.
But oh my goodness gracious.
And I love it on that purple.
I think it's going to be a pillow for next year. But I had to like rip out oh my gosh, I had to rip out the ghosty. It was all done. It was so cute. And I was like half a stitch too high. And because the fence both lines up with the ghost and the house, I called my mom and I was like, please, please, please tell me there's a way I don't have to do this. There wasn't.
And Mom, who believes in doing things right, 9 times out of 10 said, no, to make it look right, you got to rip it out. Otherwise, you'll
looks just as cute the second time.
Cuter because it matches.
But I love the purple. Oh my goodness gracious. So I think I'm going to keep like the next couple Halloween things I stitch on here.
I would. That's a neat, it's a beautiful, it's a perfect Halloween. Yeah. Purpley, dusky. So
that was my only finish.
Okay.
What have you been stitching on?
Well, I have no finishes. I should have finished the Zuka, but I've been kind of fighting off a cold and not really in the mood to stitch quite as much as I do normally, but it's getting there, gang. It's getting there. I just have this tiny little section. So my goal is really to get it finished by Thanksgiving and then go get a satin back or a velvet back and I have this image in my head. Hopefully I can find the trim and the backing that I want for it and I'll turn it into a nice pillow. So it's so close. And I was just looking back, when you think about when I was on my cruise in February, I had just started up here. So I've really done actually all of this just since the beginning of the year, I think. So not bad. And I really am happy with the way it turned out, or it's turning out. It's not turned out yet. So anyway, so that's been my main focus, is to get that done by Thanksgiving. I have started a couple little things just because sometimes you need a break from one color of thread. And I'm doing just this little fun pattern. It's called Talk to Me Goose by Silver Creek Samplers. The movie Top Gun has so many good histories. The original one, not the one that just came out. The original one, it just has tons of good memories. When it came out, I was working in a movie theater and was already in the process of joining the Air Force, and then ended up meeting my husband, who was a pilot and a fighter pilot, and all his buddies and friends and girlfriends and all my friends that were dating anyway. We'd all get together and we'd, watch the movie and just play and have fun, and it just brings back lots of good memories. So I'm just having fun with Talk to Me Goose. In fact,
and the fact that it's a goose.
It is an actual goose, and it's so stinking cute. And Drew would always kind of say, hey, talk to me, goose, when he wanted some info or something.
We all do that now.
Yeah, we all do it now. And the kids, it's like it's a movie we've always watched about once a year. Just, of course, it's so funny when you're married to a pilot. Like anybody, when you can't watch a medical show, the kids can't watch a medical show, especially if it's about birth. I'm making all these under my breath statements, not quite so quietly.
I can't watch movies with teachers in it.
Yeah, so you know how it is. We all have our areas that we know stuff, but the whole time he's watching the movie, now he loved the movie, but the whole time he's watching the movie, oh, that's not real. Oh, that's fake. Oh, they would never do that in real life.
Seriously, any movie with pilots in it, like if they're not wearing their mask, put your mask on. Like, don't watch Don't watch a movie that has fighter pilots in it with a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Just save yourself hide yourself in a room.
Unless you're prepared to just laugh and take it with a grain of salt. But he did it. I mean, he also happened to know a couple of guys that had done some of the filming choreography for the planes and stuff. So he knew what they were doing, and he loved the movie, don't get me wrong, and he would have loved the second one a lot. Although I could still hear him in the corner going, oh, that would never happen. You never eject that low. They'd break their legs. Oh, they'd be dead, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so talk to me, Goose. And then I told you the story about the lost pattern for Thomas by Not Forgotten Farm. So here's a picture of the pattern. It's still in its bag, but, and this is a special kind of a redo by Katie Strachan. She's changed a few things, and it's gonna have some, not gem, sequins in it with beads. And it's just, it was just a lovely thing. And it was a whole kit that I purchased from her. Also, thank you to all the comments on Instagram about how to work with the silk sweater. Yes, so you guys were all right. I took out the double thread, and I've just been working with a single strand of the silk floss, and I love it. It just glides right through. It's still fluffy. It looks full and rich. This is all I've gotten so far. So like I said, I've been fighting something off and just really not, and I've been so busy that I just tired, and anyway. So that's all I've really been up to. I think I haven't touched the ghost ship, the pirate ship. And I guess we'll be getting ready to do the, well, we'll get to that. Anyway, so what have you been working on? I see the ornaments back out. Yeah. So I'll talk, so we'll go chronologically because I just brought the ornament back out today. But so if you guys have followed us for a while, you're gonna remember this stitch. This is Fourth Wing by Niche Stitches, like Tiernan and Darna. And so it looks like this. It's kind of the unofficial logo of the Fourth Wing books, which me, my friends, my sister love. And my friend and sister are like obsessed with, like that is their series. And so I made this cross stitch pattern for a friend, framed it. It's in one of our previous episodes. I think the image is even on our Instagram, so you can see what it's gonna look like. But my sister wasn't a huge fan of the fabric that I used originally. And so I was using Vintage Country Mocha for something else, and she's like, that's what I wanted on. So I got started on it. And so this is my start, not bad for like a day or two. But I forgot how much of a pain in the butt this pattern is to start. Because what I'm trying to do is outline the dragons and just outline the wings and then fill in the gold dragon, because then I can just sit here and it's mindless filling in the black wings. But getting to that point takes time.
Takes time and a lot of concentration. So I would come over, like I brought it over for the Houston game, and I was like stitching on it a little bit, and I was like, and that's enough, especially when like you're going backwards and trying to like stitch from right to left, which I know you do, so maybe I'll have you stitch those pieces. Yeah. And then like going over here, I started in the center, so trying to go over here, it's all from right to left, and it's kind of like drawn out, and then you're trying to bring your string over to keep going around. So it's a weighty process to start, but once you get going, it's really easy. It's just a bunch of fill. So I want to do this. I don't know if I'll do a pillow. A pillow or a frame for my sister's bookshelf. Might be cute as a pillow.
I think it'd be cute as a pillow, especially if you got black and white check, or cream and white check, or stripes.
Rider black. I know, aesthetic versus book themed. Yes. But, and then also, if you've been with us since pretty much the beginning, so I think I mentioned in my last video, I had my stitch anniversary. I started stitching beginning of October last year. And I stitched my little pumpkin, little jack-o'-lantern from
your very first project.
And then I found a project in one of Mom's old cross-stitch magazines. that was like a witch's hat, really cute. Never finished that for this year. But then I am nothing if not an overachiever. I bought this one to be my third project. I think it's called like ornament number 2 from Tinsel Cross Stitch.
It's gonna be so pretty when you're done, but oh,
what was your
man.
comment before, like as dinner? As I hope you finish it in my lifetime.
Hope I get to see it finished.
So most of this was from last year. I've had it sitting out for a while, but I was determined to finish that Haunted House before I started stitching anything else. So I started working on, woohoo, I have like 10 stitches right here in that like gray.
And by the way, I have to bring in, because this pattern, it's a lot of stitching 3 or 4 stitches and then switching colors and starting over with a different color. Susan from Stitch West, who sat at our table.
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, we've not been doing this a long time. And what I did, I taught myself. Susan taught us the pin stitch. Oh, that has been such a lifesaver and a thread saver, because you can just keep going and you don't need a new piece of thread if you want to do anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Susan, for the pin stitch, because that was an incredible piece of info that I had no idea.
But actually, what you can't really see there. Oh, there it goes. It's this Harvest Moon Lugana from Forbidden Fiber Co., which I think is why I started getting the Forbidden Fiber Co. Fabric of the Month. It was actually really cool because it was Old Town Needlework in Scottsdale that Mom went in there and helped me, like, I think you treated me to all the threads and flosses and fabric.
Get started on it, yep.
But it's such like a subtle modeling, but it's so pretty.
Has a very wintry feel. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. My goal is to finish this ornament before I put it away. This piece right here. So like I'm working right here. So trying to finish this ornament before I put it away. It's gonna be a lot of work. But I finished like the bow last season.
There's just a lot of ornament there, but you can do it.
I can. There's just a lot of stitching I want to do.
Yes.
Right now.
Well, that's just it. There's so many cute patterns out there. Oh my gosh.
So speaking of haul or stitchy plans, because my haul involves stitchy plans. So we'll kind of put those together.
Really, the only haul I have is I have 2 Fabric of the Month clubs I belong to. One is coming to an end here, I think with December. And then Fabrics by Steph, I joined hers just last month. And the new color came this week.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And it's called, so it's Fabric by Steph, and it's called Caramel Macchiato. It's kind of an orangey, browny, greeny. I don't know.
It's actually the original, that's the color that I originally bought to do the dragon on, the Tiernan and Darna. And I think, you know what I think about? I bought the Lugana, that's linen. I wonder if that's why it colored slightly different.
And it could be. I mean, they all dye up a little bit differently, and
but you know,
because one batch you make will look different than the other.
That's more my neutral than your neutral.
Yeah, I'll keep it here though, but you know, you can raid my stash. I'm such a generous mom.
Yes, she is.
I bought a few patterns. Was it Pam that recommended the Seascape? And I did get that. I bought some of Emily's new winter stuff. Emily calls a couple of new winter patterns.
The Santas.
The Santas and the Nativity that she was finishing up.
Which one did you end up doing? Is it like 2 different patterns or just 2 different color conversions?
It's just 2 different color conversions. Okay. It's the same pattern, just how you choose to do it. And then there's just so many patterns out there. I just can't make up my mind what to do.
I'm not gonna lie, all the holiday patterns is giving me a little bit of anxiety.
Because there's so many out there and there's just not enough stitching time.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, there's when I start thinking of everything I wanna stitch, and then Joy from the Carolina Stitchers is doing like a countdown to Christmas on her Instagram. And it's like, we're down to like 34 days or something. And I'm like, so.
Yeah. And, you know, I've got the hands-on design reindeer I'm dying to do, and I have all the little towns, and it's just like, can I win the lottery and just have somebody come in and cook and clean and do my laundry and do all my yard stuff and do everything I want to get done so that I can just stitch all day?
Currently looking for
cards.
2 wealthy bachelors.
Yeah. Yeah, and cooking would be a huge bonus. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, there's just so much out there right now. And yet to look at all the patterns I have now, but the designers just keep coming out with, oh my gosh, such pretty patterns. It just, oy vey.
Yeah. So.
Okay. How about you? Got any haul?
Oh yeah. So some of the haul is involved with stitchy plans, so they're kind of gonna go. A while ago on Etsy, I came across this designer. It's like Nenny Design Crafts. And she does all these like gnomes for sports teams. And like we love Lions, but my brother is like a huge Lions fan. And his girlfriend loves gnomes. So I found this. I think the called for fabric and pattern has it at like 6 inches or something. So I'm gonna do 1/1 with it, just to try and, I wanna make it like ornament size because he's still in the Navy. If I try and make something for like a shelf right now, he doesn't have anywhere to put it. And quite frankly, I don't know that either one of them wants it as like a full-time decor. Like right. I could see that being like, oh, thanks. And then.
Yeah, hanging it on the tree will be perfect.
So I bought all the flosses to go with it. And I just think that's like such a pretty like color combo. I love the little like peach of the nose. And then I actually had this, I bought this to do my sister's birthday present where I made her Discovery of Witches pillow. And like the blonde that I am, the fabric was too small. But here is said fabric.
It'll be perfect on there.
With the colors. And it's like this lightly mottled blue. That's all wrinkled.
Who's it by?
This is 32 count Mercedes Lugana from Picture This Plus.
Okay, it's pretty.
Yeah, so I figured it just works really well. Let's try this in a more, yeah, that's attractive. Vanna White, I am not. But I think it'll work really well. I don't think any of those colors would just not show up, especially surrounded by the others. So. That's one stitchy plan.
I just think that looks good.
Yeah. So that was just fate. And then, sorry, it's all digital, so I'm pulling it up on my tablet. Last year, Mom signed up for the Jingle Ball. And I was like 2 months in. I don't even think I knew what it was until she was like, oh yeah, this is it.
We were just trying to figure out what everything was.
But all you lovely Instagrammers shared hands-on design All Is Bright on Instagram and said how it was a Jingle Ball exclusive. So I might have texted Mom and said, hey Mommy, will you buy this for me?
You guys are probably thinking I spoil the crap out of my kids.
I Venmo'd her the money.
With you, I probably
You do. But I paid for this pattern. And then I bought the fabric from Fabrics by Steph, and it has been sitting in my stash since like January, February, sometime around then.
January.
To stitch this, and now 'tis the season. So,
okay.
I also, it is all chewed up because my cat has an obsession with plastic bags. I don't know what it is.
You can't leave plastic around with that thing.
Yeah, not unless you want it punctured. But I bought all of, I forgot to grab.
It's gonna be so pretty on that minty
Yeah.
Minty blue fabric.
I'm excited about that. So just a lot of, and then while I was doing it, you know, floss can't travel alone, as people say.
I've never heard that. Did you just make it up?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like the floss bossing cousins, or two needles pulling thread, or I think a lot of people pick it up.
Okay, I could see.
But I had to buy a pattern.
Oh, yes.
And so while we were driving home from Stitch West, there was a period where we're coming from stitching. Let's just start looking through stitching patterns of different designers.
She did pretty much when I was driving, that's what she was doing.
And I've been in love with the Country Cottage Needleworks, like Christmas villages. And I was going through, I was like, do I do the Nutcracker? Do I do like the Santa's Village? There was a bunch of them that I wanted. Someone said they might send me the Nutcracker Village, so that would be really cool. Okay, Mom and I just finished recording our Flosstube about 30-40 minutes ago. I am back at my house, and I checked the mail, and where I said something about someone might be sending me the Nutcracker Village, she did. Oh my goodness gracious. Are these not stinking adorable? And this lovely woman named Jill. So she hadn't been stitching them. She sent a lovely note. She also sent the called for fabric. Oh my gosh, you can almost see the sparkle in this fabric. I am so excited. I will be starting to stitch this Christmas. Like, yes, it will probably come to Connecticut with me because I am so excited now. So add that to the Christmas stitching. But Jill, thank you so much. You are such a lovely woman. Thank you. But I settled on Santa's house. And so there's this. I have not bought the fabric, nor have I bought the floss for it yet. But Country Cottage Needleworks even posted a picture of the full village on one piece of fabric, all set up like a village. And I think that would be really fun to do. I don't know that I'll get started on it this Christmas.
You've already got a lot to do in just a month to do it.
I don't know that I'm gonna get the lion's ornament. I don't know that I'm gonna even try and prioritize that.
Okay.
What would be cool if I started it in the new year, and if a certain team makes it to a certain game.
In February?
Yes. And able to send it to him then.
That would be, he would love that. That would be a great way to celebrate.
More realistic. Yeah. 9 and 1, baby. 9 and 1. So anyway.
Don't want to jinx them.
Honestly, we're not going to because there's way too much expectation on them.
We're not going to what?
The big game. We're not jinxing it.
No. We're just one game at a time. Just like they're practicing for. One game at a time.
So that is all my haul in stitching.
I know we're kind of quiet today. Not terribly much going on. Just it's a busy time of year, as you all know, and
I've just been grateful for the stitching that I got in. I actually finished it, like that haunted house. Like it took up several days of stitching, and I was really I was enjoying stitching it, but I was not letting myself stitch on really anything else until I got that done. So
tell me your favorite memory of Thanksgiving in the past.
Oh,
what's one of your favorite memory besides cinnamon rolls?
I think, and this is something like I do by myself now, but it's not just the same. Coming downstairs to like the living room in our house in Michigan and Dad having like the Macy's parade on
Yes.
And I feel, or like having it on down in the basement.
With the fire going.
And it was never like I think I enjoyed, like, it felt like it was something just Dad and I were really paying attention to. Maybe Julie and Oliver
That's
were
because
there, but...
I was upstairs in the kitchen cooking all day long. I didn't have a choice.
Okay. But now, like, I still, like, as soon as I wake up on Thanksgiving, I turn on the Macy's Day Parade. And
yeah.
I have my coffee. And it's not as fun sitting there by myself, but, like, I'll sit there and, like, putz and drink my coffee just by myself watching the Macy's Day Parade.
I tend to turn it on more now just because I live in a house where the kitchen is part of the living room, which is part of why I wanted a house with a kitchen attached to the living room so that I could be a part of everything and not isolated.
But I just remember like Dad always turning that on and like getting excited about it. Or doing our Black Friday shopping.
Which is a part of, it started off always with stopping at Starbucks and getting a peppermint white mocha. And we
don't do dark chocolate and like coffee in our coffee. Well, Julie does. But the Christmas in a cup, our must go to is the peppermint white mocha. You're welcome if you try it. We call it Christmas in a cup. And Christmas season has not started until you've had one.
Yes, and then we'd start with that. And then most of the time our Christmas shopping was already all done by Thanksgiving. My husband was fanatical. We would start in September, August, September, making our list, checking it twice, getting our shopping done. So the day after Thanksgiving, we weren't going out for anything. But if we saw something, great. So it really was a very relaxed.
I don't even remember. We didn't even like, we went out just to see what we could see. It wasn't like we ever went out with a plan, but we do like a Walmart shelf check or a Target shelf check.
It was always Costco.
Well, Costco too, but we would do Target and stuff.
Because Costco used to give out menus that started the day after Thanksgiving. They'd come out with cookbooks.
But in Brighton, I remember Target and like Walmart.
Yeah. Target, Walmart, sometimes Best Buy. We'd drive to Best Buy.
Yeah, and we would just see, and it was super laid back. The shelves, this is back when like Black Friday deals didn't start now.
Yeah, it started on Black Friday.
And we never wanted to do the early morning crowds. We never did that. So that's not part of the memory. But just going out in the afternoon when most people were back home sleeping and just seeing what we see.
We saw something fine. Most of the time we didn't get much. Or I mean, my husband loved to shop, so he'd always come.
Us kids would usually find like something small, like a book or something that we wanted that was cool. But so yeah, just things like that. And then like the cousins and Ann and Jen and Bob coming over, and
they come over just
Grandma and Grandpa.
And,
So yeah.
All
what
right.
about yours?
Same things. Pretty much the same things. Just the cooking.
We helped quite a bit once we got like
once you got older, I mean, but there's just, you guys didn't do the turkey. You didn't do the, I mean, some of this is just days ahead of time and you were still in school. So you couldn't, you helped with the cinnamon rolls, let's be honest.
We have Wednesday off now. That's
it. So anyway, just lots of good memories, and just, I'm not super fond of cooking, but I love to cook when I know your family's loving what you're making, and everybody, it's just fun having everybody gathered around and eating good food together. And so. But
we would love to hear what your favorite Christmas,
the whole reason I asked that question is, please share your favorite Thanksgiving.
In the margins.
Yep.
And I think that's it. I think we don't have much tonight, so thank you guys for watching. Again, drop your favorite Thanksgiving. I love hearing about other people's traditions. Good luck as you get in between the last, like, I have 4 more days of work.
Yes.
So 4 or 5, however many days of work. And for all you people that, bless your heart, have to work on Thanksgiving, thank you for your service to the country.
Yes, and whatever you're doing. I had to work a lot of Thanksgivings too. So,
and even you retail people working on Thanksgiving, so we can pick up our things, so we can pick up our coffees or whatever. Like,
yes, thank you. And please travel safe. Be careful out there, because you know, a lot of people are out. Travel safe.
Be careful in the snow that we don't have. And next time we meet, we will be sharing our birthday start. So
I think we talked a little bit about it, so it's not a huge surprise, but we'll share that with you guys next time.
I think we talked about it at Stitch West. I don't think we talked about it on Flosstube.
No, I think we did mention it a little bit.
Well,
we'll show it to you. So, all right, you guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for joining us, and
we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.